What is up, guys? How's it going? Welcome back. So in this video we'll be looking at the training drills which in order to get your players quality at maximum as soon as possible. So let's get right into it. Let's select a player that is of quite high quality. Let's say we want to be training this player ahead. So how we can find the drill that will be the most effective in training this player the maximum as much as possible. So let's get right into it. So let's select the player and go to the drills. So over here we're going to be comparing two drills that maybe you want to be training for a striker and how you can differentiate which one is better for him in order for him to be training as fast as possible. What you want to be understanding over here is that once you look at a player, you want to know that all of these skills, the maximum each skill wants to go per training drill is 180%. So let's say if this passing is at 196%, it means that 16% is being taken from some other skill that that specific training drill trains. Okay, so let's say, for example, if you see pass, go, and shoot, it trains shooting, passing, and speed for a forward, right? So if you want to be training that for a striker, you want to see shooting, passing, and speed, and add all of those skills up. So let's go ahead and see. So passing is 196, shooting is 190. Both are more than 180, which is 26% more than 180 both combined, and speed is 121, which means that you want to be adding 26% to this, which is 147% for the speed right now, which has been borrowed by passing and shooting the 20%, 26%, which is not being shown over here. So the margin over here that is left is what we want to be doing is that we want to be multiplying the skills this training is training by 180. So let's say we want to be multiplying 180 by 3, which is 540, and then we want to be subtracting the addition of all of these skills, which turns out to be 507. So we want to be subtracting 540, and then we want to be subtracting 507 from it, which leaves us with 37 skill points to be assigned to either of these values, which is passing, shooting, and speed, right? So we have 37 skill points that we can maybe teach using this skill to this player. So now let's go ahead and see the other training drill that you might want to be training your attacker with, right? So and let's go for shooting technique. Okay, so if you look at shooting technique, it would still teach three skills for your attacker, which are finishing, shooting, and strength. So let's go and add finishing, shooting, and strength of the player, and then we'll see how many skill points do we have left in order for shooting technique to assign to the player, right? So what we want to be doing is that we want to be adding 196, 190, and 148, which turns out to be 534, which we're going to be subtracting from 540, which leaves us with only 6 skill points to be added to the player through that skill. So that drill is not going to be effective, whereas pass, go, and shoot would be more effective in this case. So let's go ahead and see if we have another drill that we can maybe check. So now let's say if we want to be adding fast counter attacks for the player to train. Now if you see, fast counter attack trains 4 key attributes, which are finishing, passing, creativity, and crossing. Crossing is not a key attribute, but it trains it, so it gives us the margin for that uh, training, which means if we were able to train 540% of the skills with shooting technique and pass, go, and shoot, we can train a maximum of 720 skill points with this fast counterattacks. Okay, so now as the margin of training has increased to 720, we want to go to the skills and have a look at all of the skills, then add them and subtract them, which will give us the margin of the remaining skill points and how effective the training drill might be. So if we want to be adding passing, finishing, creativity, and then crossing, and then we want to be subtracting it with 720 because 180% multiplied by 4 of the skills, that key skills that this training is training, it comes down to 720. So 720 minus 196, 176, then 133, and then 77%, which turns out to be 588, which means this training drill has given us the margin to train the players for 132%. So this training drill is going to be the most effective in order for training this player further ahead, since this training drill gives us the margin for training the maximum number of skill points to this player. Now, one thing is that obviously crossing is not a key skill and we do not want to be training it. But this training drill does give us the maximum number of margin in order for the player to improve ahead. With that said, I hope you guys understand the 180% rule in top 11 and you can use it to train your players further ahead. But that is it for the video, guys. I hope it was helpful to you. Until next time, peace out.